so much for watching. I'm Gigi, and today I want to talk about reverse engineering. Yeah, I want to talk about reverse engineering your desires and how to get what you want, because we all are moving somewhere. We're all going somewhere. We're all planning something. So how do we move into that? Whatever it is, whether it be wealth or relationship or whatever, career. How do we really get there? And not just using sort of metaphysical mumbo jumbo to feel good, but really being able to apply metaphysical law to get things, because that's where everything starts. Everything starts in spirit, and then it goes to emotion and thought, and then it begins to form in the material world, and that's how it is. And if you don't believe that you are the creator of your reality via that process, via starting, as spirit or gas, as you will, and then going down into matter or, solid form, if you don't believe that you're the creator of that process, then this video will do nothing for you. And you can turn it off, because in order to truly take control of your reality and manifest your desires and to move into your full power, you have to realize that you can go into your full power, and you have to understand that you're the creator. So that has to be the foundation of this work. So what do I mean by reverse engineer something? Well, in our life, sometimes things come. Sometimes amazing things come, and you didn't really have to do too much. This amazing thing or person or something happened and it came, and that is awesome. When things flow to you as little or big synchronistic gifts, that's amazing, but not everything works that way. What about the things that just don't seem to come? The house that just won't sell. The relationship that is not coming despite you doing everything that you can possibly do and being everything that you can possibly be. What about even clarity? Doesn't have to be a physical thing, it can just be a state of being. What about all of these desires that we have that just aren't coming? These are the frustrating ones. So what you do with those is you reverse engineer them. If it's not coming to you straightforward, if it hasn't come to you in a beautiful synchronistic way, you have to reverse engineer it. You've got to do some work, you've got to dig in, and you've got to shift some things around inside of you to make that come. Everything is coming to you in response to your inner world. Your outer world is a direct representation of your inner world. You want something out there to change? Got to change something in here. You've got to break through a boundary in here. You've got to heal something. You've got to listen to something. And that's how it's done. And that's what reverse engineering really is you're going inside and you're creating something inside, and then you're going to get the result outside. And it's reverse because that's not how we're taught to do things in society. We are taught to focus on the external and hope for the best, basically. And that's not the most precise way to live. So how you reverse engineer things is you basically hold in your mind and your heart what you want to come. So say you want your home to sell, and you feel like nothing in my life can change until my house sells. Nothing. I can't move on with my career. I can't get started in my new life. I can't have that sense of freedom. I can't do any of that. Okay, so with reverse engineering that, you take all of those qualities that you've named. So you want to get going with your career. You want that sense of freedom and the emotional feeling of what it will be like to have that experience, to sell that house, is very, very important, because that is your magic. Your emotions are your magic. Your emotions don't just happen to you, they happen from you, and they are you, and you actually have the ability to change the tides there. And we'll get into that a little bit in a second. So you want to pay attention to all of the ways your life would change if you had sold your house. Write them down and emotionally feel how you would feel. Maybe you'd feel more secure because your life isn't being messed up by people coming through your house all the time, and you'd feel more of a sense of security. Maybe you'd have more abundance, so you'd feel more creative. Maybe it'd be free. You'd have a sense of freedom. So bring every single one of those feelings into your daily life now. Reverse engineering it. Whatever you'd feel then, you feel it now. You feel free, which means don't put restrictions on yourself. Don't say, "Oh, I can't start this project because I'm not moved," or "I can't do this because I don't have this." Not doing something because something else hasn't happened is an excuse. It is an excuse. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. It's hard. Okay, it's hard. Do it anyway. If you want that change to happen, it's going to be pushing through those barriers. It's not going to be comfortable, but that's how we create change. That's how we grow. So if you can pinpoint the way that you would feel if you had that relationship or that house selling or that friendship or that wealth, that abundance, that money, or that perfect career, how would that feel? Get specific. How would that change your life? How would you feel? Feel it now. Feel it every day. Make it your job to feel that. Because in a way it is. It's your job to create. And I promise you that if you can do that, if you can feel what you're missing now, everything will shift, because everything will shift in response to what you're feeling now and where you are now. You will come on to a different timeline. You will shift timelines into a faster timeline. You will create healing within your body. You will rise. In a lot of ways, our full potential is just waiting for us to fully realize that we can create our own emotional states. For too long, we've let, emotions run us. We run them. And no matter what you're feeling, even if you're feeling so crap, you can bring in a better feeling. You don't have to bring in joy, because that's too far away. You'll short circuit yourself, or you'll feel even worse. It's not about bringing in the highest possible emotion if you're not feeling well. If you're not feeling well, it's about bringing in the most neutral emotion. So bring in love. Just love in general. Doesn't need to be because of anyone or anything. Just bring in a feeling of warm, open, flowing love, or whatever that feels like for you. Bring in peace, a sense of calm, still waters. Bring in the visceral sense of peace. If you can't get crazy high emotions, which you probably shouldn't be, really getting into anyway, because it's actually better functionally to stay. You have more access to information, and you have more access to your soul, actually, if you're in peace and love and you're just even keel. But go for that. Layer those emotions first. Layer your love. Layer peace. Feel it. Let it build. These are divine emotions. These are divine feelings. These are how we feel our own presence, and how we feel God, and how we feel who we truly are. Even in the thick of everything, that is how we feel who we truly are. So when we bring that into ourselves, it starts to expand, and it starts to smooth, and it starts to do things that our physical eyes can't see immediately, but we can feel and we can sense, and it changes things. That actually will change your perspective. If you can actually hold love and hold peace within your heart, your perspective will change. You'll start seeing things differently than when you're in mind. You actually view the world differently. You communicate differently. You have different thoughts. And everything to do with that is in line with your spirit. The mind can only really handle things after the fact. It's not meant to directly create things. It's not really where the mind excels. The mind is good at explaining things, running them through analysis once it's already been done. But if you want to do something, you got to go into heart. You've got to go into your emotions and what you're feeling, and everything will come from there. Everything will move from there. Everything will grow from there. You grow better inner plants with love and peace. You grow better with that. So make that your priority. Have that be the first layer of feelings that you feel. And then bring that reverse engineering for what you want. I did a whole video on how to manifest a relationship that's on this principle as well, how to basically reverse engineer it. But this will work for everything. I'm just trying to think. Even your career. So if you're really wanting to move into a place of purpose with your career, you don't feel like it represents who you are, you want to do your soul purpose, your life purpose, how would that make you feel? Would it make you feel like you had more strength in your life? Would you make it feel like you had more value in society? Well, start feeling that now. Start feeling it. And those feelings might inspire you to go forward and do something very similar to what you're going to be doing in your career. Those feelings will make it so you have to do certain things. So I hope that makes sense. If it's not in your life now, it's not flowing in, you might have to do some work, and this is some work that will work. Yeah, so I hope you all have a good Friday, and thank you so much for tuning in, and so much love to you all, and have a great